I don't know what happened, but I have no theme song. Welcome to another edition of Geek Culture Congress. I'm one of your hosts, as always,
You,
Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by my good friend, Mr. Tarek Lewis. How you doing, sir? Talk to our friends here while I fix my audio problem.
I'm talking to them, man. I feel like you had a theme song. I heard the theme song
It
coming in. I
was,
don't
and
know why you didn't hear it.
I don't know what happened here.
Hmm.
Having technical
You
difficulties.
may just be getting old, Speedy.
Yeah, I'm getting rusty. That's what happens.
Yeah, that left ear hearing is going. I understand where you're coming from. Happens to me.
I don't know what happened here. I think
Happened to me. It happened to one of the main characters on The Last of Us.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wow, just ruin it, ruin it.
That should be known from the video game. That guy
Oh,
has
okay. All
a hearing problem. It's not like it happened in this beginning of the show
right.
or anything. Like, everyone should know that at this point.
I don't know why I'm not getting no music anyway. We don't need no music, right? We're good, right? Yeah. Um. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the show. I hope everyone's having had a great week or great February, should I say? We're getting to the end of February now, and
Yeah.
we're here to talk, man, about everything dirty, everything that's going on. First off, big congratulations to Mr. Tarek Lewis. He has you have a big cameo in a Netflix show that's
I
actually
remember that
pretty
French show.
popular, man. So I'm gonna let you tell everybody what it's all about because you've been living it
Well,
all this time.
I
So
I'm briefly, and I'm not gonna try to pub it up like I'm a star in the
come on,
show or
baby, pump it
anything,
up, baby.
and I'm not gonna do
Come on,
that. But
baby.
I'm in a very good television show.
Yeah.
For a moment, and got to work with some great people, some great actors that I'm hoping to see. I wouldn't mind seeing any of these guys in the in the comic book world. A lot of great young actors, and Outer Banks on Netflix.
All right. I
Yeah, and
fixed the audio problem, Tarek. But
did you?
yeah,
You got music
yeah,
now?
yeah. I got music now. It's okay.
Okay, so
But
then
that's freaking awesome, man. The Outer Banks, right?
Outer Banks, yes.
Yeah. I
So
haven't
it's
watched
the
that
third
show yet.
season.
I wish I
Yeah,
could
it's
tell
a,
you
it's
I
a
was watching that show, but I
it's
wasn't.
a it's a great show, man. It's a great
Yeah.
show. It's what I describe as somebody as Dawson's Creek meets Heist and Last of Us, and like
Really?
National Treasure. Like National Treasure is like probably the biggest comparison with the show, but with like younger people. So
Well, that's
yeah,
that's freaking awesome, man. Freaking awesome. Well, who is also here to help congratulate you is our good friend, Mr. Joey Franchise. How you doing, sir?
the
What's up?
franchise.
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Yo,
He's got big things that we're gonna announce on the show today too. But we just dropped Tarek's announcement of his cameo role in Outer Banks,
now I'm
the
super
Netflix
happy
show.
for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
It's
thank
so
you, thank
crazy
you.
that he kept it so tight-lipped.
He did.
Over here keeps it
Yeah.
secret.
You listen, man. You don't know whether you're gonna be cut out or like what's gonna happen.
I feel, oh yeah,
Um,
that's true. Yeah, I feel that.
yeah, you know, and then you don't know like what you're gonna tell people is gonna reveal something. So it's like, hey, don't say anything. They got the NDAs, the non-disclosure agreements going
Yep.
on.
Hmm.
I'm okay. I don't want to break that.
Definitely not. You
It's
definitely
really
don't
dope
want
because the show's definitely got a lot of hype. My girl is into it, and I told her that yo, my boy Terry got to do the podcast with. He's in a new season. She's like, get the fuck out. Like,
Yeah.
so he's hyped. Yeah, so she's hyped about that. Angel also was talking about it as well. So yeah, good shit,
That's
Terry.
dope.
I'm happy for you.
That's dope. Hey, I hope they bring me back. Hope they bring me back. It'd be great to be able to come back. But it was a
freaking
great
awesome, man.
experience, man.
I'm so
It
happy
shoots
for
down
you,
here in the
man.
southeast too. So all you other actors and people like, oh, you gotta be in California. Nope. It shoots down here in the southeast. It shoots in Charleston, South Carolina. I booked it out of Tampa. Through my great agent, the Landry March agency, and good things going.
Nice, bro.
That's
And
freaking great,
shout
man.
out to all my people also who a Tampa movie. Like, it represented Tampa heavy. I went to the premiere this weekend.
Yeah.
Pieces of My Heart, romantic comedy.
Okay.
Hopefully you'll be seeing that either on demand or in some theater somewhere.
Are you
But
are you in that too?
I'm not in that. I am not in
Okay.
that, but I have some friends in it, and I help people audition for it.
Oh,
And
nice.
I
Okay.
know the director and the writer, and I know the star, and the other actors. So it was a great moment, great weekend, man, to get to see. My show came out, and then I got to see them in Pages of My Heart at West Shore Theater this Saturday with a great premiere, and hopefully that'll get distributed. And yeah, well, onward and upward.
That's
I
freaking
love
awesome,
it.
man. Freaking awesome, man. Um, we're gonna seg into cocaine your cocaine bear review, Joey. But
Okay.
first off, let everyone know about your announcement. You got a whole brand new podcast venture you got going on, so let everyone know what you're doing with that.
Yeah, you kind of see it in the background, and I've been
Mm-hmm.
going crazy with it on socials as of recent launching it and making the announcement. Franchise on film. Pretty much, what I do here, just on another, on a bigger scale. And we dive really deep into a lot of these, Marvel updates. We go into some theories, a lot of stuff that we kind of touch up on the show, but just a little bit more expanded. And yeah, and I appreciate, you, Speedy and Tarek, for having me on this show, man, for like, it's been like a couple years now we've been doing this thing together,
Yeah.
and it's just been really. I think I've wanted to do this for a very long time, and I think being on Geek Culture Congress, weekly with you guys throughout this time has really gave me courage to really pursue it and really just dive in and break some fucking eggs and let's set this
Hell
shit
yeah,
off
man.
right. And because I think I love everything geek. I mean, I'm a nerd. I mean, it's probably hard to look at it because of the aesthetic, my aesthetic. But I am really a nerd, and and it's good to like talk to people. It's crazy. I was just in a club I was DJing yesterday. I had about like 3 or 4 people come up to me and was like, "Yo, that movie, the movie review stuff you're doing, and breakdowns and." Like he's like, yo, that's really dope, bro. Like, and then they're having conversations with me about like Ant-Man
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
their theories, and it's like, yo,
That
like,
happens to me. I'd be in the middle of the salsa club. They were like, "Yo, man, did you watch that Quantumania, bro? You really like that?"
but
Like,
but
yeah,
it's
man.
good to see that like guys like us, you know, guys like us, like love this as much as the guys that that really do this shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That actually
Mhm.
live, breathe,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I understand it's a it's a brotherhood in
That's
this
right.
realm.
Yeah.
But it's also good to know that there's other people part of that brotherhood that are into different things as well. So me with being into sneakers, being into like, being a
Mm-hmm.
DJ.
Mm-hmm.
You same thing with you,
Yeah.
Speedy.
Yes, sir.
Like to be able to talk to people that like the things that we like and that look like us, do
Yeah.
the things as we do, and we can have that conversation and make it translate to how we would understand it.
Yeah.
So that's what I really love about what we do here. What my mission is to do with my podcast also going forward. So yeah, just having a voice for the people that afraid to come out as a nerd. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm saying. You could be. It's
Nerd
okay to
being nerd
be,
is cool, man.
bro.
Nerd is
It's
cool
okay
now.
to be dripped up in the club.
Yeah.
It's okay to do what you do. Be into your things, have your day job, whatever it
Yeah.
is. But bro,
Yeah.
like we can talk that talk.
That's right.
Nerds got money too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. IT guy got money, man. He's out.
Yes, sir. We're staying on this on the announcement train right now. I also have an announcement. For everyone who is watching this on the YouTube channel, we will be rebranding the YouTube channel only. Geek Culture Congress, as it stands, with me and Joey and Tarek and whoever else we have on the show, we decided to have on the show, that will stay. The audio podcast will stay the way it is, and we will still do this Geek Culture Congress as a segment on the YouTube channel. So we're going to change the name of the YouTube channel from Geek Culture Congress, and the Facebook page I'm going to change it as well. And my new venture is with none other than Mikey Sutton himself from geekositymag.com.
Nerd.
All right, so I've kind of done a little partnership with him. I'm going to try and get this. My goal is to get, of course, any goal with a YouTube channel is to get it monetized eventually. So I made a deal with Mikey Sutton right now, and he's going to be giving me exclusive scoops, MCU, DC, Star Wars, Star Trek, anime stuff. We're going all over the place, and the name of that show is going to be Speedy's Multiosity. Okay? So I'm excited to do that with Mikey Sutton.
Like that.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, right,
It's actually Mikey's idea. I can't
Multiosity.
claim it. I was like, Mikey, I gotta, I'm trying to do these events this weekend. I'm out there gigging. I'm like, Mikey, I can't think of a name right now. I'm not creative enough right now. I'm worrying about what salsa song to play next. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh man, I got the name for you already. He get that multiosity, and I think it's a great name. So I'm gonna be changing the Facebook page and the YouTube page. Don't unsubscribe. You see any weird changes, okay?
Right.
Don't worry. Everything's staying the same. Geek Culture Congress will still be here. God willing, all of us here on a Monday night to talk everything nerd like we do, and it's gonna be a segment of the YouTube channel, and of course the Facebook page. And I will make a separate podcast audio only for all those Mikey Sutton episodes. Geek Culture Congress will stay the same. The audio version of that, you don't have to unsubscribe from that. That's going to stay the same. I'm just separating the Mikey Sutton scoops because I know everyone is not into scoops and getting spoiled. So when you see that pop up and that's not your thing, it's all good.
I love
yeah,
that stuff.
some people like to get spoiled. Like sometimes I can't just help it myself.
Yeah, Speedy, you can. You got to know.
Yeah,
I don't tell you no secrets.
Yeah, I just need to know.
I know the shit. I'll tell you secret shit coming out in the podcast.
So, right, we all got things going on, baby. We all got things going on. So it's good, positive things, positive changes. So, but stay here with us here, Geek Culture Congress. We bring all that good stuff to you, man. Today, March 1st, we get the Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the first episode. Yeah. Before I get into that, let's talk about stay on the movie train because you dropped that review for Cocaine Bear. Give everyone the cliff notes. If they want to hear the full extensive review, it's up already with Q. With you had DJ Q help you out. The internationally known DJ Q was on the show on the review with you. And give everyone who's listening to the show the cliff notes of that. How are you feeling it?
Well, it's a true story, an embellished true story, actually. But based off the 1985 drug run where cocaine was being dropped from an airplane, and a bear consumes the cocaine. So the crazy thing is, what I didn't know was the guy who was throwing the cocaine from the plane, the drug runner. I didn't know he actually died in real life. So this is not really a spoiler because if you read the story about Cocaine Bear,
you mean he died in that event?
He died
eventually.
The guy who was on the drug run on the plane, he was diving out the plane and he hit his head.
Oh.
He hit his head on the exit of the plane, and just died. His parachute didn't go off or nothing like that. It just dropped.
Wow.
So I didn't know that. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, the bear falls into a Tennessee park. I forgot. Okeechobee. But the cocaine falls in the park. Black bear consumes it, and all hell breaks loose. I will say, the more I keep remembering a lot of the scenes, I gave the review a 6.5, but I have to give it a 7. I have to bump it up because it was just. It was very.
Wow.
It was,
a whole week after bump up. Wow.
It was a real It was a real enjoyable movie. I was ridiculously entertained because I couldn't stop laughing. The dialogue was crazy. A lot of the shit that you see in the movie is pretty far-fetched already with the bear. But it's when the actual characters are doing wild shit, you're bro, it was nonstop comedy for me. But the death scenes, I said it in the review as well, the death scenes along with the comedy just match so perfectly. And I think I haven't seen good, so weird to say it, good death scenes in the movies that.
It was a good dark comedy then.
Right. It was a very good dark comedy. I enjoyed it. Definitely go watch it. Interesting enough, it came second to Ant-Man. It almost beat Ant-Man for number 1.
Yeah. And I wanted to talk about that.
Can we just real quick before we move away? The cast of Cocaine Bear is crazy.
Yes.
When you really think about it.
Old boy that plays Han Solo in the Han Solo movie.
Yeah.
He's in this movie? Story. He's in the movie.
Oh, I did. I think.
Along with O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son, and I forgot who else.
Ray Liotta. This is Ray Liotta's swan
R.I.P.
song.
R.I.P. And it was a good swan song of a film for Ray Liotta. You know, R.I.P. Because I thought he played a good role in this movie as well. The cast was solid. I thought, old boy who played Han Solo, I can never pronounce his last name right, so I'm not going to pull a Speedy tonight. So,
we're building bodies here. We're bodying names here. Come on,
I ain't gonna butcher his name. I just know he played Han Solo in the Han Solo.
I got name murder somewhere.
Oh yeah, bro. You want to watch list?
Yeah.
Nah, but him and O'Shea Jackson's chemistry in the movie was phenomenal. I thought it was awesome. And also there was a third kid in the movie also that was really good. That was like in their group. Like he just got implemented in their group. I don't want to spoil too much. I don't know if you guys seen it yet, but you guys should definitely go see it. I think it's very entertaining film.
Should I see Cocaine Bear or Avatar?
Go see Cocaine Bear, dog. It's a bear on cocaine,
so I just
bro.
wait for Avatar, Disney Plus. Avatar?
Wait for I recently saw Avatar.
Yeah, Disney Plus Avatar.
Just Disney Plus.
Don't worry.
Bro.
Go see Cocaine Bear, and I haven't seen Cocaine Bear yet. I'm just telling you. If you're gonna go to a theater, don't go sit through Avatar. Go see Cocaine Bear.
You're anti-blue people.
I love blue people, man. I love the Smurfs. I had a Papa Smurf doll when I was a kid. You know, so you can't. That's not fair. I loved Mystique.
Yeah.
From the X-Men. You know, I was down with her.
What about Namor's people? What about Namor's people?
The Namor's people were cool with me. You know, I'm not gonna go full Dr. Umar on y'all. Namor's people were cool with me. They're all cool. But you know,
shout out to Sid checking in. Cocaine Bear was epic, better than Avatar 2. Done.
You know what's up? You know what's up?
I'm telling you, dude.
Bro,
it took me.
The combination of comedy and vibe was chef's kiss.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. They won me over at Cocaine and Bear. Two of my favorite things, personally.
I mean, dog. I mean, this movie is reminiscent to me like when Samuel L. Jackson came out with Snakes on a Plane. Yeah. Like, of course, I'm gonna fucking see us Samuel L. Jackson fucking shit up on a plane, fucking snakes up on a plane, bro. Why would I not want to see that? Now you're telling me there's a bear fucking people up off cocaine, dog. Take my money.
Yeah. All right, dope. I'm sold. All right, I will eventually check out.
Snakes on the Plane has aged well, though. It's aged well. If you watch Snakes on the Plane now, I dare you to tell me it's not better than Passenger 57.
Oh, your camera went away. There you go.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. So my transition now is to Cocaine Bear doing really good. Oh, hold up. We got another comment here. Sid, what up, Sid? The people in my theater Friday night for Cocaine Bear was definitely on coke. I heard people sniffing in surround sound.
Yo, the only way to do it.
Listen, I was with DJ Cool, and DJ Cool was high. Yeah. Not off cocaine though, but he was high.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's fine. And that's fine. That's the perfect place to be high. You're in the movie theater. You get popcorn, snacks.
He enjoyed it very, very much while high, and he gave it actually a better score than the one I just gave. The one I just redid. So that just tells you a lot. Like it's a fun movie. It's very fast, gets right to the point. The reason I gave it that 7 was because there was some kind of like, it weren't too long, but it was like to me to kind of like, okay, when am I going to see the bear?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because out the gate,
you were there for the bear.
Yeah, because out the gate they catch you. At the gate, the bear's already fucking shit up. Out the gate, the bear's going ham. And, then you try to build the character story, the character arcs and stuff like that. And one guy's dealing with like a personal issue that like, you don't really get too much backstory about until like, almost like a quarter through the film.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was like some little down times where it was just like, okay, is the bear gonna fuck shit up again? Like I'm waiting for that. But then when the bear does come back, he's owning shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like he's Freddy Krueger. He's
Yes.
Freddy. He's Jasoning everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
All right.
it was definitely money every time the bear was on screen.
Okay. All right. Cool. Sold. I'll check it out. Um, the Cocaine Bear is actually doing well. I think it's almost beat Quantumania, but Quantumania had a big drop off in the box office this weekend. And the question I got for you guys is there something wrong? Do you think I've been seeing a lot of different YouTube channels like how to fix the MCU topics. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, or if I could fix the MCU, I would do it like this topics. You know, that's the theme everyone's been running with. Like,
Mhm.
there's something completely wrong with Ant-Man. But Ant-Man's not a perfect movie. The Quantumania is not a perfect movie at all, but it wasn't bad. I don't, you know, and we need more. We need more from this to say, okay, Houston, we got a problem. I think, but my question to you guys is: does the MCU need any fixing, or do we need to hit the panic button now, or are you on the boat where you're like, we need more. We need to let Kevin Feige do his Kevin Feige stuff.
I think that with the threat of not being cast in any one of these upcoming films, I, I am going to be honest because this is what people come here for honesty
Yeah,
and reviews
yeah.
and opinions. I think that a big problem is the expectations are high.
Right.
Like they gradually built expectations, and let's be honest, there have been some setbacks in Marvel. Like I don't think anyone's crazy about Thor 2, or I don't think anyone's raving about Age of Ultron years later. Even people have issues with Endgame, even though it was this great, moment. But I think there's peaks and valleys, and I think that Ant-Man is suffering from like the expectations that have been set by a string of what appear to be very great movies. So I know people I know who've said, "Oh, I just trust them. I just trust them, and like it's going to be good." So when people go with expectations that like, oh, everything's going to be good, then you can only let people down when people expect the most of you, and it's you can't strike the two things from each other. DC movies were bad for that same period of time. I would argue DC movies have gotten better. I wouldn't say they're on the level of the MCU, but I think Peacemaker as a show was a success for DC.
Yeah,
Black Adam,
weirdly, I enjoyed Peacemaker, and I see a lot of a lot of DC fans, and a lot of YouTube channels are like, oh, Peacemaker sucked, but a bunch of dick jokes, and
oh
you know
no,
what I mean,
those people you can't listen to those people. Those people are
like I enjoyed
Snyderists.
I enjoy yeah, I enjoyed Peacemaker for what it was,
Yeah, you can't
but
listen to Snyderists. Like you
but
can't pay
but
attention. But
but
Peacemaker
that
was a decent show.
yeah, it
I
was.
think that the second Suicide Squad being decent film, and of course the Snyder cut. Going back on what I said, Snyder cut being, oh, this is solid.
Mhm.
I think that people are waiting for this big competition, and I think Marvel has been at the top for so long. So it's only some time. It's like LeBron. It's like the Marvel's like LeBron. Like, well, you go to the finals every year, but you don't always win. It's like, so when
No,
I'm going to the finals, and it's like, yeah, but
it's art, and art's subjective.
yeah.
It is
But
what
I
it
think
is.
that people too. I think with the COVID situation,
Mm-hmm.
people are more prone to wait. Like those first week, people are like, I want to see it in the theater,
Well, I'm
definitely, and then people wait and see what did y'all think, and somebody says, okay, it was
yeah.
decent, and they're like, I'll wait for it to go to Disney Plus because at this point, a lot of us have Disney Plus.
Yeah, and I
Hmm.
think it also has to do with in the United States we're going through the highest inflation that we've seen, in a long time. So that has a little bit to do with it too. I mean, sometimes it's
I,
just not gonna make all the money.
I never thought you would I never
A
thought
little
you
bit of
would
politics,
input
sorry.
economics.
A little economic politics, yeah,
conversation
sure, yeah.
about
So,
a man
I
who
mean,
talks to
but
ants.
I mean, if people are not making the same amount of money, it's hard for them to go to the movie theater.
I don't know, but like Joey was saying, cocaine bears seem to do well, and
True.
it's not as big
Good
as
point.
an intellectual property.
Good
It's not
point.
as big as an IP.
Good point. Good
You know
point.
what I'm
I
saying?
like
It seemed to do pretty well. So I think that to be honest, Disney Plus may dilute what people do. Listen, I paid for Woman King, not in the theaters, but I paid to rent it. The Woman King, and I love that movie. It was
Right.
worth
It is a great
every
movie.
bit of my $5.99.
Yeah.
But then like 3 weeks later, the shit was on Netflix.
Well,
And I was like, well, I could have just waited.
you could have pinched
just
that
waited.
$6, put it back in your pocket, but no.
Yeah, I
they're-
could have just
they're
waited
coming out
because I
fast,
got.
though.
Yeah.
They're heading to streaming. They're heading to streaming services a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
But with, I don't know if you need to press the panic button for Marvel. I just think Marvel is, they've just started getting back all their stuff. They're getting all their shit back. They're getting all the X-Men guys back. They got the Netflix characters from their that Daredevil universe they were building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just so much to work with. And I think, honestly, bro, I think Kevin Feige's on the out. I think Kevin Feige's going to end up taking that Disney. I think he's going to end up taking that bigger, like, Disney exec job.
Maybe.
And I think in a lot of the way, like, these things are getting put out and, like, the certain stories that are getting put out. Like, my biggest thing is, why is Echo coming out before Daredevil?
Yeah.
Now, it probably could have been because of the Netflix stuff. It probably could have been because of the Netflix stuff. But
I'm a little
like,
iffy on that Echo show, to be honest.
I'm super iffy on the Echo show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like a very, to me, I mean, because I feel like she was more of like a deeper cut in the Daredevil comics for, like, you're trying to, ride the hype train from, bringing a new audience from, Infinity War and Endgame and Spider-Man being, successful now in the MCU. So it's like, you want to start hitting home run. You want to start hitting, like, you ain't gotta be home runs, but you want to be getting a couple doubles, some triples, and shit like that. You want to get on base. You know what I'm saying? You want to get on base, and then you start talking about shit that nobody really, like, is the average person isn't really too tapped in with.
You gotta get some runs in. You gotta get some runs in.
I think you, like, for example, something like Echo shouldn't come before Daredevil. I think she should come, like, after that.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to arc through Daredevil series,
like, I don't think her character arc was built up enough in Hawkeye at all to be so interesting that we need to have a show.
It wasn't even that interesting, in all due respect, because I understand that what I love about Marvel is the fact that they give representation to everyone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like, you got the Asian community with Shang-Chi, you got the African American community with Black Panther, Namor for Latinos. So, like, there's a lot of representation.
Yeah.
And Echo being deaf, I get it, and also disabled. I get that. I get all that, and you can do that stuff. But, like, I feel like sometimes you don't need to force a character in order to, like, kind of like push the meter. I mean, gradually build that character up, because everybody else is probably going to get lost or left behind if they're not really as in tune with these series as some of the people that have been tapped in with the comics for so many years.
Yeah.
Yeah, at a certain point, I agree with you completely, Joey. Like, at a certain point, you have to, instead of trying to expand your audience, at some point you have to serve your audience. Like, so serve your audience first and then expand it. Like, yeah, there's no reason. Echo would be a great addition to Daredevil, to our Daredevil series, and then go on to her further thing, because
I agree.
Similar abilities, learning stuff. The guy Stick, who couldn't see. Yeah, like having someone who couldn't hear. Like, you want to, like, slow roll her in, and I think that was the best thing about the first 3 phases of Marvel. They slow rolled people in. They didn't just give you if they would have given you a Black Widow movie after Iron Man 2, we'd have been like, okay, I'm in because it's Scarlett Johansson and whatever. But
Right.
like, I don't know anything about this character. I don't know anything about her relationship with Hawkeye.
Could it
Like, why? I don't care.
could
You
it be
know,
this is a return to that slow roll you in this Quantumania? You know.
I don't think Echo is.
Mm,
I don't think Echo is. I don't know where it fits and what they're trying to do. I don't even
yeah.
know. Keep it G. I don't even know
Well, we ain't
where.
getting out of this here
I don't
anyway.
even
So
know. I don't even know where She-Hulk fits.
yeah.
Right?
I
Where's
just know where
She-Hulk fit?
She-Hulk fits in any of this.
I
Like,
only.
and that the weirdest to me. One of the weirdest shows that Marvel's put out, and it really like diluted Hulk's character.
Yeah.
I get they were trying to go for a certain vibe, like some Ally McBeal shit, but like, bro, make it make sense. Like, like
Yeah,
the
like
grand,
I don't
the
mind breaking
grand
the
scheme
fourth
of
wall.
things.
Break the
Yeah, I
fourth
don't
wall,
mind
fine,
that.
have fun, but like land the plane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that
Like if
ending was wild. Like they
like
need
if
to
you're gonna
like
take me through the hurricane, you know, you better be a good pilot. You know what I'm saying?
they gotta tweak that. They gotta give a better like somewhere down the road like tweak that ending to something. Maybe she was like stuck in a
I
different
just
universe
I was
or
okay with the show till the ending, bro.
yeah, the ending was just
I,
weird.
the ending was weird. I think She-Hulk. To me, I like She-Hulk because it showed. It was kind of like, hey, what's the universe? What's the world like
Mm-hmm.
outside of the big conflicts?
Right.
Which is a
I
lot of the
like I
stuff I
enjoyed that
liked
too.
about a lot of stuff I liked about the Netflix shows. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is big conflicts going on in the universe, but this is what how the world is reacting to it. So I
Right.
liked it for that. But them trying to put Hulk in there so much and other like that was to me a misstep. Like, just keep it a lawyer Ally McBeal show, and I would have been fine.
Yeah.
I think the same thing with Miss Marvel. Um, just make that a teeny Outer Banks with superpowers. Like,
Mm-hmm.
make it that, you know, make it that. But like but they knew they wanted to do the Marvels, and I think that Joey, I hate to say this, like with the representation thing, it's like we got to hurry up and do the representation, and we'll get more people because this is the move right now. And it's like I am not gonna say I'm not excited about the Marvels, but I probably would have liked another Captain Marvel film before the Marvels come out. And it's kind of like, here are the Marvels. And it's like, all
Yeah,
right, like, well, we know she's Miss Marvel and you're Captain Marvel, but the other character who's from
Photon.
WandaVision, we
Mm-hmm.
didn't really get to see her. So is that going to be her origin story? What's going to be their thing? And it's kind of like, hey, it's almost like, hey, look how much we're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know where Marvel's going with this. It's interesting to say that Kevin Feige is on the outs. A lot of people think that, man. That's a lot of rumors. Is like he's not running it anymore. He's moving on and or moving up. And
I don't even want to
it's
hear
like,
that.
who do you want? Do you need someone to run it? Because that's kind of what made it good. But I think the creators made it good. I think Ryan Coogler and Jon Favreau and the I'm about to call them the Wachowski brothers, but the Wachowskis. That's from the Matrix. But who did the Avengers?
The Infinity
Oh,
War and
the
Endgame. Russo brothers.
Russo brothers. Yeah. I think the creators made this great, and they need to bring on and give a lot of control back to the creators instead of making it like a big, okay, what are we going to do now? Yo, let the creators create, and then it'll
They
come
still need
together.
the that producer coach. Like, all right, guys, this is the
Yeah.
this is the plan. What do you guys think?
yeah.
bit of,
I agree. Somebody needs to kind of right this ship. I mean, I think Ant-Man. I thought Ant-Man was good. I didn't think it was as shitty as everybody's trying to make it. I just think that like with all the mediocre, because this would be call it spade. Like Phase 4 was really just like a
it was mid.
with the exception of Shang-Chi, Wakanda
Shang-Chi was
Forever,
great.
and
Shang-Chi,
Spider-Man. Everything was mid.
I would say Shang-Chi was the first movie of that phase, right?
Yeah, no Way Home was.
Was No Way Home was the first
Yeah, I
one?
think No Way Home was. Yeah.
Yeah, No Way Home.
Okay, but Shang-Chi was so like that the motivations of the character, like, like he ran away from home, and his real dad was was the Mandarin, like all that backstory and everything, and the sister, and like I was all very intriguing. You know what I mean? To me,
Yeah. So Phase 4 was WandaVision,
Mhm.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki,
Oh,
the Black Widow film, What If, Shang-Chi, The Eternals, and then Hawkeye.
okay. Yeah, even the Eternal. Like I know some people don't like the Eternals, but even that backstory was very interesting, and I like the the way it ended and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I enjoyed Eternals. It wasn't super
That's
great, like but I don't dislike it.
that's another group of people where I just don't know where they kind of fit in the bigger grand
Yeah,
scale of things. I
yeah,
mean,
and
eventually, I think they were going to get an explanation, but it's like with the production schedule being set up the way it is, it's like, okay, well, where do you put it now? Or
yeah.
where are you going to
Yeah.
put it? Is it
I
going to
don't know.
go
I don't
in
know.
between the Avenger movies?
I just hope I
has to
stay
come
alive.
after Guardians, right? Like it has to
Yeah.
come with Guardians and
I just need to keep up my cardio so I can keep my heart alive, so I can stay alive, so I can get to the end of everything.
Yeah, right. Just
You know what I mean?
just try to be
Because it
alive
seems
for
like
it
it's gonna
all.
take another 10 years for them to get to the next saga or something.
so next we have what Secret Invasion is next,
Uh,
Yes.
are we
and then
sure? Yeah.
Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
And then Loki is gonna get pushed later in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Loki's gonna be summer, and
And
Echo's gonna be in the summer, and then the
supposedly,
Marvels
supposedly
into the
Mikey
summer.
Sutton's got like epic scoops for me. So about Invasion and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about
Yeah.
that. Hopefully, I get that show on the air Thursday.
So yeah, they're even doing Ironheart this year, and I'm like,
Are they doing it this year? Wow.
are we ready for Ironheart?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't
No,
know.
I think
Are
Ironheart.
we
I think
ready for
I think
Ironheart?
Ironheart got pushed. I think.
Did it? Okay.
I know
Wait,
they were
it's like
filming
I
it
think
because I
it's
know I did see a lot of those behind the scene things with the Red Hood and stuff like that.
and I know Agatha Harkness's show got to next year.
Wow, that's a lot.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. But I just wanted to say again, I am an Eternals fan. I'm a fan of
Yeah.
that film because it was so different and so outside of the universe. That's what I want to see develop, and I'm hoping that Guardians and with Adam Warlock and now even Kang,
Mm-hmm.
that the Eternals play some part. The best thing about Ant-Man, no disrespect to any of the other actors or characters, it was Kang
Mm-hmm.
and those
It was.
possibilities.
Yeah.
But it feels almost as like they're holding on. It's like Muhammad Ali when he was fighting George Foreman, he did the rope-a-dope, and he got
Mhm.
beaten to the corner until like Foreman tired himself out and then came out swinging at the end of rounds and won that fight. And I feel like they're like with the Marvels and Eternals and then it's gonna be like X-Men.
Fantastic Four.
Like Fantastic Four. New Spider-Man movie. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
update. I
so.
mean, the Echo series is gonna drop in October.
October. Okay.
All right. All right. I think I can survive till then.
And they said that Kingpin will be in the last 4 episodes. That's the rumor.
Okay.
Interesting. So we're getting that Mando. We're going back to the Star Wars stuff. Getting that Mando March 1st. What's the hype level? How we feeling?
I'm hyped. I'm good. It's the only Star Wars piece of content that I'm ever hyped for.
I think it's
so.
probably I think the Mandalorian by itself is probably the best show on Disney Plus.
I agree.
Oof.
Better than
I'd have to
even
agree.
Loki was interesting. Was great.
Loki season 2 hits it out the park after what we saw post credit of Ant-Man. I think that and Mando are just like right there.
I just say for all the content, Marvel, DC, Marvel, Star Wars, everything that's on Disney Plus. Sorry, I mean, did he say DC? Mandalorian season 1 and 2.
I'm
Straight
gonna go.
stuff.
I'm gonna. If you're asking me, I'm gonna go Obi-Wan.
Yeah, you liked Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan was good.
I liked Obi-Wan. Out of all those shows, I liked Obi-Wan. Creatively, I liked WandaVision. I liked how they creatively did that whole thing. But yeah, I'm gonna go Obi-Wan. But I love the Mandalorian. I think the Mandalorian has the most potential to keep going. Like it has all this story it can do. And then there's the culture of the Mandalorians, and yeah, I'm definitely excited for it. You know, I don't know why. Like they make great trailers for the Mandalorian. This is some of the best trailers.
Yeah.
The trailer. That's it. Well, I remember when Quantumania trailer dropped, everyone was okay. We hype. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They do well. They do well. Probably somebody who didn't like the movie probably was really hyped up by the trailer.
I
You know?
refuse to call that damn baby. I refuse to call him Grogu though. They need just Baby Yoda. Like they can say whatever his name is, whatever his lineage and all that. He Baby Yoda to me. If Mama call him Baby Yoda, I'm gonna call him Baby Yoda.
Oh,
I don't know.
man.
I don't know
Can we
what Joey's
say-
real last name is, and I don't care. It's franchise as far as I'm concerned.
Can we just say this is like the year of Pedro Pascal and
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors?
Hell yeah.
Yes, it definitely is.
They are bodying it right now.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah, I know it's not kind of on topic, but like I saw only 2-3 reviews of Creed 3, and it just seems like he kills it in that. And the more I see and hear about it, and the more I think about how good he was as Kang, it's hard to now imagine another actor playing Kang,
Oh yeah, that's
and he's
Yeah.
only done it
Never.
in 2 projects, and it's just hard to imagine anyone else doing that besides Jonathan Majors. And the fact that he has to play, you know, spoiler alert, 722 different Kangs
yeah. Damn.
is amazing. So
I'm
Yo,
surprised-
crazy thing too about the Ant-Man, like getting on the topic of Kang. So apparently, like the way Ant-Man 3 was supposed to end was Scott and Hope get trapped in the quantum realm. After that fight with
Mhm.
Kang,
Mhm.
it was just supposed to end like that, and then Cassie's like teaming up with Hank, trying to figure out how to bring him back, and that like kind of sets up like a Young Avengers situation. But they deleted that whole. They took that whole story out, just because of the way Ant-Man and Wasp, same thing, with him getting trapped in the quantum realm. They didn't want to repeat the same
okay,
ending.
yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen as I was watching it. I was like, oh, they're going to be trapped in there.
How long
I
was
thought so too.
he was stuck in the quantum realm when the
5
snap
hours.
happened? It was 5 hours for him, and it was 5 years
5
for
years
everyone
for
else.
everyone.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Because I was like, dang, how could he not know anywhere to go in the quantum realm? I was like, oh yeah, it must have been a really short time for his time.
He what else was it too? Oh man, I just lost my train of thought. Man, I totally just had a
all
brain
good, bro.
fart.
well, I don't want to like shit on the Mandalorian trailer, but yeah, my excitement level is about an 8 for the Mandalorian,
Good, yeah,
and that's only because I'm spoiled by being able to binge watch things,
yeah.
and I know that
Yeah,
the Mandalorian.
and this
I'm gonna
first
have to watch
episode's
every-
the runtime for this first episode's come out. I think it's not even 50 minutes. I think it's like a hot 30.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm not like higher on the anticipation level, because I know like I'm gonna watch one and then have to wait again.
No.
But I'm very curious to see where they go
Okay.
with this. Yeah.
Oh, I know what's already running away with everything is The Last of Us, and Joey's behind in episodes.
Yeah,
So I don't know how you're gonna do this review, Tarek. Where we're at right now.
Listen, this is a if you watch the last one, you know, like one of the main characters, Joel's in peril,
Mm-hmm.
and this episode is completely a flashback episode.
Oh, okay.
You know, it goes back and forth in time, kind of a little bit, but it's really a flashback episode where we get to learn a lot more about the character. I believe the main character, I believe her name is Bella.
All right.
I'm going to look that up and not be disrespectful to this actress, who was Little Lady Mormont. I always call Little Lady Mormont because she was on Game of Thrones. And that I know that's not, yeah, Bella. Well, actually, Bella Ramsey is the actress. The character's name is Ellie.
oh
Okay.
yeah.
And it's a flashback episode of her and one of her friends and her background and how she was being trained and how she feels about the man, I can't think of the name of the group of the group of rebels that are like,
Fireflies.
the Fireflies, how she feels about the Fireflies and how she's kind of an outsider, and it's kind of like that. And not a big spoiler, but you learn how she gets infected, and it's a great insight into that character's mind, which before you only see this one side of her, like this little snotty teenager who kind of been through some stuff clearly, but as we saw in the previous episode, she's like, everyone leaves me. You understand where that comes from after this episode.
Okay.
But man, this shit will listen. I'm a little man thug tear.
Yeah.
Almost came out. I was like, man, I did one of those.
Thug cry.
Thug cry?
Must be this oregano on this pizza. Got me. I can't be
choking up.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. Listen, I can't. All this stuff on HBO, we can't talk about on this show because it's not like the realm we should talk about.
Man,
their original programming is. I mean, it's legendary, top notch, man. Between Game of Thrones, about how it ended, and House of the Dragon, and this one, and even White Lotus, which is not science fiction, but fiction definitely. They're knocking it out of the park. I know a lot of people probably haven't watched Station 11, which is based off a graphic novel, which I recommend people watch on HBO also. That's a good one. That's an apocalyptic tale. No zombies in that one.
Okay. That's still good.
Just a virus. But Station 11 is a great one. I wouldn't tell anybody to go watch the oh my God, what's it called? The one where everybody disappears. I can't think of the name of the show. Leftovers. The Leftovers. Science fiction show. That one gets a little weird.
Okay. That one gets like a little biblical and stuff.
That one gets it gets a little weird and strange. But Last of Us is hitting it out of the park, and I haven't played the video game. I've never played the video game. I just know that like it's massively compelling and
top tier drama. There you go.
Top tier drama, science fiction. The way they do the creatures, I don't know who's doing the makeup. I don't know if it's Industrial Light and Magic, but whoever's doing these creatures, it's great. It's top tier.
Wow.
And it's compelling. It's compelling every time. And I like that they cast people that were in the video game. They cast them in the show.
That's nice.
So when you watch this, there's like a lot of people that were like, "Oh, I played that character on the video game." They play them in the show. So I think that's So definitely check out Last of Us. I will understand if you decide to binge it all. Like wait for it to all finish and then binge it all.
So. I think that's the move for me.
I could see that.
I think
but
that's
Speedy,
the move.
don't you punk out on us and not watch it because it's depressing. Yeah.
I'll eventually need to get depressed and watch it again. There you go.
As Macho Man once said, "Be a man, Hogan."
Oh man, well, we're getting to near the end of the show, but I know there's some rumor stuff and MCU stuff that we didn't quite touch yet. Joey, I know there's a casting description for Fantastic Four for Sue Storm, or What else is going on in the MCU stuff?
I think we were talking about last week how Marvel wants to cast Sue Storm before they cast the rest of the Fantastic Four, and apparently they're looking for a Dakota Johnson type. Whatever that means. I never understand. Like, I mean, Tarek. I mean, you've gone for auditions. It's like, how do you take that? Like, okay, I need somebody that's like Dakota Johnson, but why don't you just get Dakota Johnson?
Somebody like a Dakota Johnson may not feel the need to do it. She may feel the need to like, I only do the projects I want to do. Jonathan Majors came under some criticism for saying, like, these Marvel films are just like fun things to do, but they're not serious. Like, and he publicly said that, and I was like, don't say that before the film comes out.
Wow.
And then you see it, and it's like, oh well, he killed that.
Yeah.
Christian Bale has said that. He's like, oh, the comic book movies are just you know, you do that for money. Uh,
Dang.
so a
They're
lot
not,
of
they're
people,
not lying.
Cut,
yeah,
cut the check.
yeah. So a lot of people say that. A lot of these actors say that. And those people at that level, if you're playing Sue Storm, you're probably at a level where you're like, okay, I could turn down that role and do three in that same amount of period. Do three Oscar nominated or SAG nominated or Golden Globe nominated films. Where I don't have to do as much. Don Cheadle said one of the big hurdles for him was like they came to him and said, "Hey, can you do 8 films over 10 years?" And it's like, "Yo, do I want to commit to doing that many films?" And he eventually did it. So that's the reason that they say, and it works for breakdowns. Like as an actor, you get stuff, and they say it because there's energies. Like when you're acting, there's like natural energies. Like we have this dynamic on the show, and all three of us are nerds. Like you were saying earlier, Joey, like we're all nerds, but from different perspectives. You got some PJs, I'm a comedian, you know what I mean? So you have different energies, and it's like, well, we're looking for this energy. So yeah, I can understand why they would say that, because it helps agents and casting directors and other people figure out who they're going to get for it. I don't know if Dakota Johnson is a distinct enough personality to say like we want that type, but I get it. The question is like, are you going to be like, who can be blonde? Does she have to be? Does Sue Storm have to be blonde?
That's true.
Are people going to be mad if she's not blonde? I don't think anybody was mad at Chris Evans as Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
Or that he wasn't completely blonde as Steve Rogers.
I don't think people were mad that the Michael B. Jordan was Johnny Storm. I think they're just mad at the movie.
They were just mad at the movie.
Yeah, the movie was just bad.
Yeah.
I still to this day have not watched it yet.
Oh, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Interesting
it
enough,
pops up on my recommendations.
They can't get Dakota Johnson because she's doing Madam Web.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So yeah.
Interesting.
Which I think she would make it better Madam Web than a Sue Storm, to be honest.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I can see that.
Ironically, Scarlett Johansson would make a great Sue Storm, but
too late. Tough break.
Yeah, that's already done. Yeah.
Maybe in the multiverse somewhere.
Yeah.
We got Shang-Chi news. So Shang-Chi 2 is going to be in production, or it's on the production schedule for Marvel, and it's said to have, if not one, but multiple Kang variants in the movie. How does that fit in the grand scale of things, and do we think that the 10 Rings have something to do with it? Is the question.
Man, the more
I don't know. We gotta wait to see.
The more and more I delve into Kang, the more I kind of respect him as a villain. Man, I really like Shang-Chi to be like a last minute addition to the whole multiverse thing. But that's fine if we see multiple variations of him. I just think going back to like what's going on with Marvel and what's the problem. I think that like they had these big stars who were in these big roles for big characters, and they're gonna have to go back to relying on their stars, and now they have to rebuild stars. Like who's gonna be the star? I think Benedict Cumberbatch is is Doctor Strange, of course, is a star. But I think Simu Liu, I think he has great potential to be a star, like in the Marvel universe. So I'm very excited about that one.
Here's a hot theory that I've been thinking about, because we talked about that Spider-Man was possibly looking at him to be the leader in the
Avengers.
The Avengers movie. So that got me thinking. I was like, who has as many variants, the amount of variants that Kang would
I would
in
say
the
the Iron
multiverse?
Fist.
In the multiverse. Who has the most variants, amount of variants, like Kang does, the way he was presented in a Quantumania? Spoiler alert. Um, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Answer
Yeah,
goddamn
Spider-Man,
The
yeah.
question.
Spider-Verse.
Like,
The Spider-Verse. I mean, you look at that into the Spider-Verse, and even the last animated show, but the animated movie that's coming up soon. I mean, so many multiple versions of Spider-Man. No other character has been introduced besides Kang with so many variants. You know,
well,
but we
Loki.
assume. Okay, yeah, every person has multiple variants of themselves. Okay, yeah, sure. Maybe not as many. You know, or not as varied, not as powerful. You know.
So
Maybe
what do you? What do you?
Spider-Man. Maybe
What?
Spider-Man. Here's another hot theory I have. Maybe Spider-Man is all. What do they call those characters? Like Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Spider.
Nexus.
Nexus.
Maybe
Nexus.
Spider-Man is a Nexus creature.
Or what if he was bit
And
by a Nexus creature?
maybe the spider
Maybe that
totem is a
spider is
Nexus
Nexus.
creature, and a radioactive spider bites of somebody, a woman, female, whatever. In every universe, there has to be a spider person in every universe.
That's insane.
That's the
Actually,
rule of
kind
the
of.
multiverse.
I like that theory a lot. I think
That's a
that's
pretty
I
hot
think
theory, I
that's very
think.
possible. That's very hot.
Yeah.
That's a hot theory. And it makes sense you saying that because it said that Tom Holland's a live action version of Tom Holland is going to appear in Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well,
So
it would go along with, and I've heard some rumors that like they're gonna try to mimic the Spider-Man animated series with Madam Web and like that Secret Invasion storyline, where she was like, "Well, there's a Spider-Man in every world,"
Right.
and I'm sure a lot of comic book nerds want to see Spider-Man 2099 and like
Yeah.
Scarlet Spider and all these other ones.
There's a bunch. There's Cosmic Spider. There's a bunch.
Spider
So many.
Gwen, Spider
So many.
Pig.
So many.
They
There's one
gotta
that
have
has
Spider Gwen somewhere. I mean,
there's one that has the quantum bands. That's almost as powerful as like a Captain Marvel. You know.
yeah, there's one. Remember, there's one that's like has a spider suit. It's like the one that's like Iron Man.
Yeah, that too. A bunch.
And word is that Spider-Man 4 will begin filming in the fall.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
So that's
Thank
gonna be
God.
interesting.
Thank God Uncharted didn't do well. That's why we're getting this.
Yeah,
This
Tom
is like
Holland.
a-
Tom Holland.
Put me down for
fucked
more
around and
Spider-Man
found
movies.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Been thinking.
He's like, yeah, hey, that contract for Spider-Man 4, 5, and 6
funny.
still up.
That's still available. We run a couple of those Spider-Man movies back.
Tell Kevin I'll be there.
I like that. I like
Tell
that
Kevin meet me
character.
for lunch.
Yeah, I like that character. We could do it again.
I realize that
Um,
dollars don't translate into pounds the way I thought they did.
Yeah, that's funny.
So going back to Shang-Chi 2, apparently it's going to be a time travel movie. It's looking like it might be a time travel movie.
I am not a fan.
I don't know.
I'm not a big fan
What-
of
hear
multiverse
me
time
out, though.
traveling.
I'm
Hear
in,
me
I'm
out,
in the
though,
I'm in
like-
the wait and see group. So
What if Wenwu, the Mandarin, took those 10 rings from Kang?
oh,
When Kang
Okay.
was trying to conquer Ramatut Kang or whatever Kang was, because like Nathaniel Richards' whole, like Kang's whole backstory is he in a 30 time travel and went back in time and conquered all these different parts of like he was just just time traveling and then just decided to conquer places that he visited.
right.
Yeah, that would be great. Here's my theory. I'm giving myself license to present this theory because it's what I want. The Ramatut King, the Egyptian one, because they at the end of Ant-Man, the Quantumania, spoiler alert, everyone again, they say like, well, they're a threat. They know about the multiverse, so they're now a threat. I'm liking to imagine that like we got to eliminate those threats everywhere they go. Like meaning we got to distract them. So Kang goes back, which happens in the comic books, to the Egyptian times, and he introduces mutants. He encounters Apocalypse. He has all this technology, and that's where Apocalypse gets all that technology stuff from. And he kind of gets overpowered by Apocalypse a little bit, and mutants begin to spread secretly throughout the world. And in this multiverse world, he brings in the idea of mutants in order to combat, people in other universes. Because that's my idea for Kang, is that they're all taking different splinters of multiverses and building them in their armies. As you can see in Quantumania, he's clearly built an army. He said, I'm bringing this army,
right,
outside the quantum realm to fight.
Right.
Imagine that Kang being like, I'll bring an army of mutants. And it goes along with Apocalypse's thinking of like, only the best, only the strongest. That's what I want to happen. I'm not saying
but what if that ties in to the X-Men being introduced into Secret Wars?
That's what I'm thinking and hoping also.
But also, what I find it weird is the fact that Oscar Isaac plays Moon Knight in a movie. So how is that? Well, I mean, he could technically do both. I couldn't even recognize him.
Yeah,
I think they'll recast that. I don't think they'll run the.
Yeah, they'll probably recast him because I didn't recognize it was Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
But that'd be nuts. That would be nuts, and that would be a nice little intro to how the X-Men get explained into the MCU through Secret Wars because of Rama Tut and what you just said. That's dope.
And then in Secret Wars, no one wants their universe destroyed completely. So it's kind of like, okay, what's the best option here? And someone has to get, I don't know if it's going to be the Beyonders' power or whoever's power it is. Someone has to get that power and unite the universes. Like the one He Who Remains, that's what he wanted. He's like, we got to get rid of all these multiverses.
Yeah,
and
I think in the next Loki show they're gonna start touching on the Beyonder stuff.
Yeah, that to me is the best thing to get the mutants in there, to get the Fantastic Four in there. If you have Secret Wars, you unite these universes and say, okay, we're gonna do this one right now, and that's that. And then it's still splintered later on, years and years, like when we're all Speedy's age.
Oh, stop! You're like 2 years younger than me.
I had to acknowledge. Years and years later, then it's still splinters, and that's when you start introducing like Cable and Bishop and all these other time travelers and stuff like that. And later on, that's how the Marvel Universe, the MCU, that's how it lasts. In my opinion. I'm pulling a Joey franchise here where I'm bringing up a good idea. It's my first one probably on the whole show.
Oh man, I think we hit everything we want to talk about today, unless I'm forgetting something.
No, I think we're all good.
All right, cool, man, cool. Of course. Thank you as always for hanging out.
My bad, I hate
go ahead.
I did see the movie Megan last night. I enjoyed it. I thought it was dope.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
It was everything that new Chucky movie.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's sign off, man. My name is. Follow me on the Instagram at DJSpeedyJR. All the socials. Don't forget, we're gonna be changing the name, the YouTube and the Facebook page soon. But Geek Culture Congress will still go down every Monday, 8:30 p.m. Tarek, let them know how they can follow you, sir.
My name is Tarek on Instagram and also on YouTube. And be on the lookout. Outer Banks Season 3, Episode 7.
Yeah.
Love it.
Let them know how they can follow you, Mr. Joey Franchise.
Follow me on the gram, on Twitter, Twitch, at Joey Franchise. And tap in also with my podcast, Franchise on Film. We dive in deeper into some of the Marvel, DC, and pop culture movies, TV shows at Franchise on Film, Twitter, Instagram. Look out.
All right. Hey, guys, have a good one. And we will see you back here. Make sure if you want to follow the audio version of this podcast, by all means, look up Geek Culture Congress podcast and give it a subscribe on your favorite podcast platform that you like to listen to your stuff at. And you can follow the audio versions of these and much, much more interviews and stuff like that I do for the Geek Culture Congress. Guys, have a good one. Have a good rest of your week. Make sure you check out that Mandalorian on March 1st, and we'll be back talk about that and much, much more Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys have a good one, everybody. Be safe.
Peace.
Peace.